Now imagine you're buying an electric car with a over $45,000 price tag, and then you have to take into consideration so many other alternatives in order not to be left stranded on the street. Hello everyone, welcome back to Parts Talk. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate each and every one of you. Now today we're going to be looking at an article from Fox News that says here's how much range electric vehicles lose in the cold. However, the video that they have in question says electric Jaguar I-Pace starts stalking Tesla. Well, we all know that Tesla is a trendsetter as it relates to electric vehicles currently in our market and all around on our streets. However, now that we're in the heart of winter and more of these vehicles are on the road, it gives us a chance for various customers to tell us exactly what their performances are and how the cars are bearing right now throughout the current winter storm that is taking place. Well, at the current making of this video, I just came out of a winter storm just now, and believe it or not, I've seen one and two Teslas on the side of the road waiting for a tow truck to come and get them. But without further ado, let's get into this video and then we can negotiate as we go along.
2 years ago, if anyone had predicted Jaguar would be the first luxury automaker to challenge Tesla, people would have said they were all wet. But then the British automaker revealed plans for this, the battery-powered I-Pace, which will be electrifying its showrooms this fall.
2 years ago is not relatively a long time as it relates to car manufacturing, because right now we're seeing so many of the traditional manufacturers coming out with new models currently trying to compete with each other, and that will only be beneficial to consumers as we go along.
Build plans for this, the battery-powered I-Pace, which will be electrifying its showrooms this fall. The compact utility vehicle isn't a direct competitor for either the Tesla Model S sedan or Model X SUV, but kind of splits the difference and undercuts both with a starting price just over $70,000. For that, you get a spacious, luxurious 5-seater with a range of around 240 miles per charge.
And one must also remember that the current salary, the average salary for the average American or Canadian right now is between $35,000 to $45,000 on average. So this car is only going to be marketed to a specific niche.
For that, you get a spacious, luxurious 5-seater with a range of around 240 miles per charge and quicker acceleration than some of Jaguar's supercharged sports cars. A 2-motor all-wheel drive system is standard, as is an air suspension that provides a pillowy ride, great handling, and can also jack up the I-Pace for mild off-roading and border fording. And yes, you can do the latter without giving it a shot. The styling of the I-Pace is modern and unique. I noticed it getting quizzical looks from passers-by as if they knew it was special but couldn't figure out exactly why. As with all electric cars, charging is the biggest obstacle to ownership.
Charging is always going to be the biggest obstacle.
Of filling its battery to 80% in 40 minutes at the fastest public charging stations. Unfortunately, there aren't many of them yet, and Jaguar isn't building its own network like Tesla has, so unless you can find one, figure on waiting anywhere from an hour and a half to overnight for a top-up, depending on where you plug in.
Exactly. At least he's putting it out there to let people know exactly what is going on, because he's saying 80% no, not until someone actually has the car driving around, and it's not many of them, so we won't see the trial and error until they are mostly popular on the streets. However, with not much charging stations around, we also have to look at portability with the connectivity of these charging ports.
Also plan on driving there yourself. Aside from a very good lane keeping system, the I-Pace doesn't promise anything approaching autonomy, at least not the one you can buy. Waymo has ordered 20,000 of them to turn into self-driving shuttles using its own technology, which is a shame because the best seat is behind the wheel. Jaguar is planning on electrifying its entire fleet in the coming years, and this first one is a charmer. I can only imagine how good the third one will be. In the 2019 Jaguar I-Pace, Gary Gastelum, Fox News.
So let's go down into the article a little, and it says here, low temperature increase resistance inside batteries which reduces their performances, which is true. The effect varies widely from vehicle to vehicle and doesn't necessarily change in lockstep with falling temperatures, so it's tough to pin down. We don't know that yet because most of these cars are not in the winter. The Audi e-tron Premium Plus was second with an 8% drop, which is particularly good for its owners because the model looked at had a range of just 204 miles on a full charge. New models have longer range because as time goes by, improvements are always made over the older models. It's as simple as that. I don't know why these journalists or investigators, they're just reinventing the wheel. Let me go further. At the low end was the Chevrolet Bolt with a 32% drop, which was slightly outdone by the Ford Mustang Mach-E Premium all-wheel drive with extended range battery and with the VW ID4 both at 30%. Now, Tesla Model 3, Y, S and X all ranked mid-pack between 13% and 19%. Some of the cars included also relying on the heat pump technology. The heat pump technology allows the battery to warm up just in case it's too cold before the actual charging can take place. Now, Recurrent lists several ways to improve EV's cold weather performance. Key among them is utilizing the preconditioning feature when available, which typically draws on the home power to keep the battery warm whilst it's plugged in. Drivers are also advised to rely more on heated seats and steering wheel than the cabin climate control. Now, imagine you're buying an electric car with a over $45,000 price tag, and then you have to take into consideration so many other alternatives in order not to be left stranded on the street. Now let's hear from some Tesla owners who are currently driving these models in and around the cold areas in Canada and the United States, and they're giving evidence as to why it is challenging charging their Teslas during the cold winter right now.
The Tesla Model 3 standard range isn't a car that I would recommend if you live in a really cold climate like Canada. The most affordable Tesla has a full range of 270 kilometers. But remember, this is an electric car, meaning that it's powered by a lithium-ion battery. In Canada's harsh winters, I can lose anywhere between 20 to 30% of my range really quickly in temperatures below minus 15 degrees Celsius. It's very similar to how your iPhone's battery drains quicker in the cold. That's why I think the Tesla Model 3 standard range isn't a car.
So,
guys, I'm at a Tesla supercharger and I'm only getting 7 kilowatt charging speed. What's going on here? Could take hours to charge my car. Well, you see, what I did was I actually left this to deep freeze for the last couple days in front of the supercharger, not blocking a spot. And I just drove it around here. The car indicates minus 9 degrees Fahrenheit. The weather channel indicates minus 14 degrees Fahrenheit. Batteries don't charge when they're freezing cold. It's really bad for them. So the Tesla is taking all 7 kilowatts from the supercharger to burn off it. The Model 3 actually uses both motors to burn waste heat and put that into the battery pack. So it's trying to warm the battery pack right now to accept a charge. Take a look right here. Charging rate limited by low battery temperature. Vehicle is improving battery temperature to increase charge rate. Very soon, this battery pack should be warming up and we'll be charging, hopefully, probably not so fast, but at least at a reasonable speed.
okay, so we had one from Canada and one from the US, and here's another one which I came across, and mind you, this Tesla owner is extremely upset.
Alright guys, fun fact about Tesla, when the battery's running low, the heater stops working. I mean, it's still blowing me air, but it's not hot at all. So, Elon Musk, get your fucking shit together, bro. Not everyone lives in California. So, Teslas are not, see what works over here? Is it broken? Look at this shit, yo. There we go. Plug it in.
And there you have it. And you have tons more of these videos on TikTok demonstrating how the cars are freezing up. A lot of them can't even open their doors during the winter, much less try to get into the car. And as you can see, if the battery dies, then along goes with the car, then you have to send for a tow truck, and the list goes on. We want to be environmentally safe, but at the same time, no, we have to also be economically viable in order to maintain these cars. So let me know what you all think. Remember to grab a copy of my ebook, The Parts Manager Guide. Please smash that like button on your way out. It will only take you 1.5 seconds to do so. Until next time.